What is up everyone, how are you all doing? I hope you're all doing great, and I hope you're all staying safe. Today we have quite a bit of information coming our way and a few events that are happening today that I want to make you aware of before they actually begin, so hopefully I'm successful in that. And as always, if you guys are only interested in any specific part of this video, timestamps down in the description below. Chapters are still not working. But without any further ado, let's just jump straight into the news. So I'm not going to keep you waiting. There is a very, very important piece of information that I really want to get out. And I got this out yesterday through a community post. However, I want to also try and explain why this is so important. Virtual Desktop has had a new update, and this new update is possibly the largest update we have ever seen to date. And you might be asking yourself, why? What did this update add that is so unbelievably incredible? Well, you no longer need to sideload the Virtual Desktop patch in order to use SteamVR streaming from your PC. Now let me explain what this does really fast, because a lot of people were confused in the comment section yesterday. The patch for Virtual Desktop allowed you to install Virtual Desktop, patch it, and then you would be able to stream SteamVR games wirelessly from a VR-ready PC to your Quest. So that functionality was not there before you patched the app. Now you no longer need to patch the app, you just install it from the Oculus Store and boom, you can stream PCVR games from your PC to your Quest, just like that. But you still need that VR ready PC. Let me explain to you why this is such a big deal. I know multiple people that do not want to enable developer mode on their Oculus Quest. Maybe they can't verify, or maybe they have completely other reasons. Whatever the reason is, they cannot sideload the patch onto their Oculus Quest. Now, what I have also recently found out is that the patch sideloaded to Virtual Desktop isn't even a sideload. It's just a file copy to the OBB folder, and therefore you could technically even do it off a mobile phone if you had the file, which is quite interesting. That's a little piece of information there for you. You're not actually installing a patch or installing anything for that matter onto your Quest. When you are patching Virtual Desktop, you're just copying a file and SideQuest does it for you in the background. But this has now officially been approved for the Oculus Store. This brings us to a whole new realm of possibilities. Whether you are one of those people that don't want to enable developer mode, or you have a shadow PC but don't have an actual PC to sideload. Well, now you no longer need to go to a library or borrow your friend's PC to be able to sideload the patch. It comes pre-installed straight into Virtual Desktop. Now, when I posted the community post yesterday, quite a few people were actually quite surprised that Facebook did this, because this pretty much mitigates the fact that you need to buy their own link cable, and quite a few people were actually quite proud of them. So good job there, Zuck. This is going to give quite a few people quite a bit more freedom to play PCVR games, whether it's with Shadow PC or with your own PC without enabling developer mode. So, to any of you that just got Virtual Desktop now, welcome to the club. Now this one is going to be quite controversial. Hey Facebook wake words have started to roll out on the Oculus Quest 2. And why is this controversial? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I have a bunch of smart home assistants, so I know what it's like to accidentally enable them. In fact, Google constantly enables itself accidentally. However, if I do actually want to enable it, I say, hey Google, and boom, we have the Google Assistant. But some people are going to be really concerned about the fact that they might accidentally trigger their Quest, and Zuck's gonna listen in. But that's not my point. This brings in a whole new kind of feature. You know, I'm a huge fan of smart assistants. I'm a huge fan of voice control. I'm a huge fan of gesture control. I feel like these things are just interaction made easier. And if this works well, it will be pretty good. The new opt-in experimental feature is rolling out to the Oculus Quest 2 headsets starting today, with plans to extend the feature to the original Quest over time. Facebook says, the Quest doesn't listen for Hey Facebook wake word when the microphone is turned off, or when the headset is asleep or powered down. You can also deactivate the feature once it has been turned on, according to a company blog post. The feature works with Facebook's existing voice commands that started rolling out last year. There's a full list of them on the Oculus support website. So I wonder if this means this will also be region locked, because the other voice controls were region locked to America, I believe. And you can also store, delete, and hear your voice activity just like you would be able to do with the Google Assistant. So these are all features you can play around with, you can change, but I do want to make you aware of it, that if it is turned on, and if you do turn it on, you can still turn it off, and you can delete your voice activity. So that's pretty important right there. MultiBrush, the app that I was talking about, the multiplayer tilt brush that was made from the open source code of a tilt brush when it did go open source, is now available on App Lab. So again, once again, for those people that can't sideload or don't want to sideload, you now have MultiBrush available for yourself in the App Lab. All you do is you click on the little link, throws you into App Lab, and you install the app just like you would any other app from the Oculus Store. So for any of you that are new to MultiBrush, welcome to the club. Have fun drawing. Now we are going to get a little bit more technical, and you might be like, what do you mean by that? This is for all you people that want kind of the technical information behind things, because SteamVR has now added an update that brings full support for OpenXR 1.0, a huge step for the open standard. The latest update to SteamVR, version 1.16, now includes full support for OpenXR, the wildly backed industry standard which aims to make cross-platform VR development easier by allowing developers to build around a single API rather than porting their apps to many different APIs for different headsets. Basically, this is going to make it much easier for developers to make a universal app that works on all headsets, or at least that's what I'm getting from this. Valve says that version 1.16 of SteamVR available today to all users now passes all OpenXR 1.0 conformance tests on Windows 4 Vulkan, OpenGL, D3D11, and D3D12. This means that Valve is now giving VR developers the green light to build and distribute OpenXR apps, which will seamlessly support major headsets with less work for the developers. So like I said earlier, this is a huge step for developers. This is going to be a huge step, making it so much easier to develop apps for SteamVR and VR in general in the future. Very, very exciting, and I'm sure people that know much more about this than I do are hopefully much more excited about this. And if you do want to explain to us not very well educated people in the comments section, I'm sure a lot of people would be interested, including myself. So now let's move on to the pieces of information where I tell you guys what's happening. So at 3 a.m. on the 27th, we have the Bigscreen documentary with the Q&A. Now, 3 a.m. GMT time is a kind of awkward time for it to be on, but who knows, considering I barely sleep anyway, I might just throw on the headset and get into it anyway. But if you are interested in checking out the Insert Coin documentary on big screen, along with the Q&A and asking some questions, maybe hearing a few interesting things, well, it is happening on the 27th. I have the reminder here in the Oculus app at 3 a.m. GMT. Yeah, okay. 7 p.m. PT time and 10 p.m. ET time. So, might want to check that out, you know? Now, I have something that I have been testing for quite some time, and I really wanted to test this before I started talking about it to you guys. VRCover has sent over an Elite head strap foam pad. Now, I got a haircut recently, and the Elite head strap had been kind of digging into my head a little bit, and VRCover seemed to have known exactly what was happening. They like predicted it or something, because the next day in the mail, I received the foam pad for review. And I was like, okay, I'm going to test this out, like, very, very vigorously to tell you guys what I think about it. This is the Elite head strap foam pad. I don't even know if you can see it. Here it is. It goes around the back of your Elite head strap like this and adds a little cushion to it. And let me tell you, this thing works, and it works really, really well. Now, I did a collab with a few other YouTubers that you guys will probably be seeing on YouTube very, very soon, and I think we played for like 4 hours straight, maybe even longer. I'm not entirely sure. The files were like 80 gigabytes, and this thing prevented any kind of like hurting on the back of my head, any kind of digging in, anything like that. So I am completely happy to recommend this to you guys. Links for that will be down in the description below. They are affiliate links, so you don't pay anything extra, but the channel gets a little bit in return. So if you do want to check this out, make sure to check it out down below. I do recommend it. It does work very, very well, and it will be staying on my headset. Another thing they sent over was the VRCover XL glasses spacer, which does work as well. Moves your face further away from the headset, but it doesn't work with the VRCover facial interface, which is really weird to me. Like, this is a VRCover product. Should it not work with the VRCover facial interface? Like, I really dislike the original facial interface. Like a lot of people, like so many people have told me it feels like sandpaper to them. So I feel like if you're making an XL glasses spacer, make it for the VRCover. And I get it, you already have like the thicker foam pad and the thinner foam pad, but like for me, sometimes my eyelashes, they hit my prescription lenses. It would be nice to be able to have that option there, but it does work. It does move your face further away from the lenses, and yeah, I mean, it does what it's supposed to do. But I can't really 100% recommend it because most of the people thinking about getting one, I would assume already would have a VRCover. So I'm very confused. But yeah, that is going to be it for today's pieces of news. I have a few smaller announcements coming up now and the meme reviews. So if you guys liked the news, please leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess this button works too. But we're gonna move on. Okay, so yesterday I wrote something quite interesting down in my notes. It says here, maybe tell people about the Patreon. And then there's like a bunch of disclaimers. So basically, I have said this multiple times. I don't normally advertise the Patreon because I don't like people giving money for something and not get anything back in return. And that's kind of what the Patreon is. Basically, there's a Patreon. It's been hidden for quite some time. There's like 3 or 4 Patreons, and I thank you so much for donating. I don't know how you found it. It was always at like the very tippity bottom of the description. But yes, there's a Patreon. Why am I saying this now? That's because we have quite a pricey live stream coming up, and I just decided, you know what, maybe I'll just mention it. But please do not donate if you want something back in return. I did place this in like bold writing on the Patreon page. I do realize that there's perks and there is things underneath those perks, and you will get the Discord role, and you will get the name at the end of the live stream, and you will get the exclusive Discord channel. But chances that you're gonna get bloopers and chances that you're gonna get anything else are very, very low. They are still there, and from time to time I do make posts on the Patreon giving people earlier videos and stuff. However, usually I'm just too tired to do anything there. So if you do want to support the channel, please do, but only do it if you actually want to support the channel and not get anything back in return. And I feel like I've just made this segment really, really awkward, but I feel like it was necessary for some reason. Anyway, I'm probably never going to mention the Patreon ever again, so yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into the memes. Chances are that these are going to be more cursed than they were yesterday. Just saying. Best posts? If you know, you know. Why? There was like, oh my gosh, there was like an invasion on the Discord yesterday. It was an utter invasion. That's what it was. And it was like, so much text got exchanged. If you want to see it, you'll have to join the Discord if you're somehow not on it yet. But yeah, you'd know what this is. That's not what this was supposed to be. This was supposed to be I ate my cat's face on those. But looks like somebody decided otherwise. So, yeah. I don't even know how I feel about that. You wanted cursed? No, I didn't. I said no more cursed images. What is this? Explain yourself. What? Why? Why did you look at this and when all hope is lost? Oh, I know what this is. Yep. This is from yesterday's video. At the very end, I placed bloopers where I could not do the outro for the life of me. So what I did is I just played the outro on my phone and just voiced over it. And yeah, when all hope is lost, all you do is just voice over. Of course. You share like a weird selfie, like a midnight selfie with people. You throw it onto the Ready Player Me. Of course someone's gonna find it. And I'm gonna have to blur that because I don't know what I'm allowed to show on YouTube and what I'm not allowed to show on YouTube. Top notch. Wow. Of course you would. Omegle at 3 a.m. See, it's someone gets it. How to mess with him. The Mysticle. That's spelt incorrectly. That is spelt incorrectly. It does hurt. It will be eternally engraved in your brainal cavity. Wait, a cavity is something that's empty, which means there is no brain in there. I feel like the last one that I looked at there, it's relevant to the chat yesterday, and the answer is no. But YouTube doesn't get to see it. No. You know who you are. And the answer to your question is no. That is going to be it for today's video, guys. We got quite a bit in here. I hope I didn't make it too awkward there earlier with the Patreon thing. I might not leave it in. I don't know. I probably will. I feel like it's kind of important to put it in there, especially with what we have coming up. I don't know. But that is going to be it for today's video. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you guys disliked it, I guess this button works too. But please tell me why down in the comment section below. If you guys would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form and actually get something back in return, which is why I promote this instead, MysticleStore.com, where you can buy hoodies that don't put a huge ad on your body. We've got a few collections on there, and mugs that boost your FPS by 300%. Oh yeah, and they also make you a certified gamer. And if you guys are not yet part of the community, make sure to join that Discord, make sure to join that Reddit. And if you guys want to be notified about future content coming up on the channel daily, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace. See, I don't normally have an issue with it.